Greetings. We continue answering questions. And so, question, you say that in 3 years humanity will cease to exist in its current form, but there is still a plan for further studies of the unification of mankind. And the previous information showed that this unification will be at the 7th level of both streams. Answer, presumably, yes. But since we are now trying to unfold a completely new picture of the transfiguration of planetary development for us, the probable branches of unification have not yet been fully corrected. This option was assumed when we just started the theoretical develop the base. But how will it be in practice? While we find it difficult to answer in principle, a complete merger is supposed. But the same merger was supposed billions of years up to the present moment, but it never happened. Therefore, to put some then a forecast with 100% probability, we no longer have such an opportunity. Question, that is, the fears that now partially appeared in many people, you baby? Answer, no. This is the influence of the collective unconscious. Now it has all become very strong, and we have no idea how to work with some consciousnesses. We ourselves did not expect that it would be so difficult. The collective unconscious is not so easy to disembody. Question, do I understand correctly that what we call the Council of Balance does not belong to either the light or the dark? And these are the consciousnesses that have managed to combine both, manage both, and be at the point of equilibrium, balance? Answer, we would say, on the contrary, these are the consciousnesses that did not go to the point of separation. If the correction group is those consciousnesses that gathered again from the separation into unity, then we, on the contrary, did not go to this point of separation, and therefore, we present a theoretical experience, and the correction group implements this knowledge in practice, because this is the point from which you have not yet known separation. Question, the correction group is supraniversal souls. They do not participate in the human community. Answer, they went through the path of human development and transformation of their vibrations. Question, well, then you want to say that you work out some theoretical development algorithms, and the adjustment group tries them on itself, and then implements them on humanity. Such a mechanism? Answer, not quite like that. We are engaged in research activities to develop the most effective development options, after which the adjustment group, using their practical skills, examine these plans, and question their implementation in the human environment. And through the prism of their experience, they can give specific recommendations on the feasibility of introducing this or that research. Precisely, because they have energy aspects inside that have the experience of ascent and the experience of indulgence, including. Question, does this mean that the informing of people, which will now take place within the framework of the choice of their souls, about the types of flows, the redistribution of human consciousness among the flows, has already been agreed upon by the correction group? That is, they have already agreed to the implementation of this? Answer, yes. We exercise control to adjust a theoretical base, forming scenario development patterns. Question, you said maximally effective development. What do you mean by that? Answer, the maximum preservation of the quantity and quality of the level of awareness. Question, under the quantity? Understandable, because you must not lose resources. And what do you mean by quality? Answer, deepening and revealing the potential of divine creation in different directions. A deep perception of oneself and the world, both divided and whole. The ability to control these flows to extract even more awareness. Question, an effective model for the development of mankind, is it not that someone in one stream maximizes the potential? Answer, this should happen simultaneously. Otherwise, everything will return to the same scenario that we are now trying to avoid. New ways? Answer, there were attempts to introduce these algorithms into other civilizations, but initially there were no problems with development. The Earth is a rather difficult platform for the implementation of some large-scale programs due to the fact that there is a very large variety, including perception, and energies consciousness, including the entry point into the matrix. Therefore, we, among other things, face difficulties that we could not even imagine when we introduced these algorithms in other civilizations. Because in other civilizations, respectively, there are other principles of development and energy information base. Question. That is, humanity has a very huge amplitude, and this swaying makes it difficult to manage it all? Answer. It does not interfere, but introduces its own difficulties in management, planning, forecasting. Question. There was information that the transition process itself, as we understand it, will take until 2042, when the event branches have already been calculated. And now you are talking about 3 years. How can this be understood? Why such a difference in terms? Answer. Most likely, the information about when this period will be completely completed was read. Question. That is, in 3 years it will actively begin? Answer. No. It has already begun. In 3 years the first results will be clear and visible. According to the information that was transmitted through channeling, a certain level of stability of the system will already be reached. Question. The information that was transmitted says about the fact that the event branches have already been lived through. Does this mean that we lived through the eventfulness on some branches, we did not succeed, and the memory of this was erased from us or not? Answer. These are other event branches. This has nothing to do with the scenarios that are unfolding now. She is talking about event branches before we made the decision to redistribute humanity into layering streams on top of each other. She is talking about event branches and circumstances that were planned without transforming the site. But now things are different. We, of course, look at the scenarios and live them to form new layers, but you just have to live them. Move on and fill the new reality with your qualitative, be it destructive or constructive realizations. The priority is quality. Question. Good. Can I have your recommendations to people who will listen to this, within the framework of the events that are coming to humanity? What should they do? Answer. One of the main recommendations is to try to trust the process, because it is your perception that determines the future. And the more you hang in your perception, namely, hang at some point, the more likely it is that this transition will be completely not aware by you. You must be like a chameleon. Your perception must constantly change, and not stabilize at any one particular point. And in this way, you will be able to make this transition consciously. It will not as if you incarnated and forgot everything, and everything anew, reset to zero. In this way, you will be able to transfer this accumulated experience consciously into a new reality. Question. You said that the decision to choose flows is basically between coincides in soul and personality. Does this mean that those people who want and think that they will go to positive realities will really go there in most cases? I understand that it isn't possible to answer specifically for everyone. Answer. Yes. Only these people should understand that then destructive eventfulness is the only way for their constructive development. These people must understand that if they are the light, then they illuminate the darkness, and they shine in the darkness. It depends, of course, on the level of perception. Question. From the way I observe reality, it seems to me that the majority, those who are able to pass into higher dimensional spaces from 3D to 4D, to 5D, in terms of the level of perception, mainly aspire to the light. A small part, which may not be very manifest, aspires to darkness. And the main part of humanity sleeps, and she will be transferred to a new 3D reality. Is this distribution correct? And if it is correct, does this mean that more awakened consciousnesses will go to the light branch of reality? Answer. You must not forget that the redistribution of reality takes place not only in the world, but also in the anti-world. In this way, balance will be achieved. It's not about where you aspire, but what path you actually choose. In positive dimensions, destructive scenarios will unfold for the development of the qualities of service. Question. Do you yourself have experience of dense incarnation in any civilization, human or non-human? Answer. I have experiences of incarnation in another universe. Question. And then, excuse me, such a question, if you have experience of incarnation not in our universe, how can you predict what will happen in our universe? Answer: I am doing my job. I am part of the collective consciousness that unfolded your sight. Question: I have no doubts. I have no complaints. I just want to figure it out. There are other algorithms of divine development in another universe. It belongs to our universe. Therefore, to what extent can you understand our universe? Answer: all universes are built on a single foundation. Therefore, as I said earlier, we contribute our theoretical base to the development of mankind. Naturally, we cannot specify this development. For this there are many other systems that were directly involved in the development of mankind, having the experience of detailing, having the necessary experience and the ability to interact not only with reality, but with realities. I want to say that reality is almost identical abstraction, and on the basis of this reality, we can explore possible generation of realities and make your own recommendations, form a model of development. Question: do you simply bring your experience here? Answer: everything is inside everything. Question: how many universes are there? Answer: now this information has nothing to do with the development of your world, and we voiced it earlier. Question: I would not say so. I'm sorry. I'll explain. Because it's one thing when we have 100 universes and countless development options, or, as they say, four that specify certain areas of development: will, light, love, and I am everything. And then, as it were, there is some kind of certainty, direction, for the reason that our universe is now, as it were, in the center, and everything flocks to it. Then other universes depend on this universe. Question: this is the concept that our universe is I am everything, and therefore all other universes have their own experience is poured in, and contact with our universe. That is why this task is so difficult. Answer: other universes gave birth to your universe, sharing a part of their awareness, and together all this is a single